QHHT, angelic healing, feathers, and more. Some of my favorite things on real life angel encounters. Angels. We all have them. They're our unseen guides, our companions, our teachers, and they're all around us. Sometimes they make themselves known in the most miraculous ways. Join me, Level 3 QHHT practitioner, angel communicator, and Reiki master, Christi Hoffman, with stories from real people who have experienced uplifting phenomena and real-life angel encounters. Welcome back to Real Life Angel Encounters. I am your host, Christi Hoffman, and on this show, we put the positive in the paranormal. We offer up spirituality with actual spirits, and we are so happy to have you here. If you enjoy microdosing hope with these positive stories of impactful events and miracles, perhaps we can ask you for a little bit of help. So wherever you are listening right now, that might be Apple Podcasts, it might be Spotify, my favorite, could be Pandora, could be YouTube. I don't know. There's lots of apps out there for podcasts. So wherever you're listening right now, if you would hit that subscribe, that follow, whatever it is on whatever platform that you're on. And what that does is it helps you to be notified the next time we've got new content. So when a new episode drops, you get a notification. And that really helps a lot. Another thing that would really greatly help us is a rate or review. Again, whatever you're listening on, it could be a heart, it could be a thumbs up, it could be 5 stars, or even a review. Please, please, please show some love to the podcast. And a review doesn't have to be very much. It can be, I really enjoy these stories of hope. If you like positive content, you will love this podcast. Really, it doesn't have to be very much. But that thumbs up, that heart, that little review, the 5 stars, it helps people find the show. And speaking of helping people find the show, please share. Wherever you're listening now, there is a way to share from that platform. Share it with your family text thread, your high school friends group chat, your coworkers at work, whoever you're talking to. If they like the stories of the positive and miraculous, share this podcast with them. Now, I'm asking this because the more people listen to the podcast, the more people find the podcast, the more people can tell their stories, so you get more content. It's a win-win. And lastly, this is a really big ask. So we've got a website, radiatewellnesscommunity.com/real life angel encounters podcast. So this is radiatewellnesscommunity.com, my website, where you can find out about all of the stuff that I do and offer, plus everything that our practitioners do and offer. Plus, you can listen to this podcast and Radiate Wellness. But go to radiatewellnesscommunity.com/real life angel encounters podcast. There is a button, and this button says, please donate to keep the podcast going. Please donate, because all of the costs of this podcast, the hosting platform, and our editor, fabulous editor, costs me money out of my pocket. And I really don't make any from the podcast. So anything that you can do to donate would certainly help to cover our costs. All right, that's enough of me chattering at you. I wanted to bring up first our first storyteller, who is Paula Vail. Now, she is a podcast host in her own right that I have been on to talk about the book, Real Life Angel Encounters. So Paula is a Reiki practitioner and radio host on the West Coast around the Oregon, Portland area. And she is my dear friend. And she's got some wonderful stories of clouds and healing and feathers. I think you're going to enjoy this. And now we have my sweet energy sister, Paula Vail, who's located in California. Now, Paula and I met on her podcast to talk about real life angel encounters. So, Paula, it is so great to see you again.
Oh, thank you, my energy sister. I'm just so happy to be with you.
Yes, we were on your podcast, Elevating Your Life, the radio show. That was such a good time. And we got talking, and you shared with me that you had angel encounters. You've had some remarkable, miraculous stories. Let's start right off the bat. So you said that you had something wonderful and miraculous surrounding your birth.
Yes, I was born a preemie baby. I weighed less than 3 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
And my parents were told by the doctor, don't expect her to survive the night. And I did. And I'm here 66 years later. And I've known all my life that the angels were with me. And I've been grateful my whole life. And it's given me the passion of, I want to be a positive, caring energy in the world.
Well, and you are. Yeah, you have
Oh,
such a positive, caring energy. And I'm looking at my hand going, you must have fit in an
yeah.
adult hand, tiny as
My
you.
dad said my head was the size of a lemon.
Wow. Wow, that's small. I'm just kind
Yeah.
of trying to picture that. And 66 years
Oh,
ago, we did not have the technology that we do now. We don't have
yes,
knowledge that we do.
exactly.
That is amazing. Do you credit anything to your survival?
I credit the angels and my father, he said, I was in Aberdeen, Washington, and he said, I do not accept that. You put her in an ambulance and you take her to the Children's Hospital in Seattle. And they took me there and they figured out why, when they tried to feed me, I was drowning. The fluid was going in my lungs.
Oh,
And I had surgery. The scar has grown with me. And 4 days old, they saved me.
that's amazing. Well, that in itself is such a miracle. What we can do with modern technology and modern medical techniques and
Yeah.
knowledge. That's amazing. Well, I mean, I think there's a reason why you were spared like that, Paula. I mean, you've gone on to talk about angels and talk about the miraculous and wonderful things that happen. And you mentioned seeing angel clouds. Can you tell us what that is?
Yeah. I do. I always watch for them. And I may be driving or out and about, and I see a cloud that looks like an angel. And I know it's an angel giving me a message that
Hmm.
they're there, that I'm loved and surrounded. I get feathers all the time. Oh my gosh, feathers show up. And it's amazing. The angels are so with us. I start my morning every morning with a prayer, calling in and thanking the angels. And you feel them. You do. You feel when you believe and trust, But yeah, I see angel clouds. I see feathers all the time. And I'll share a recent experience if you'd like.
Yes, please.
I was recently on vacation in Maui, Hawaii with a longtime high school friend. And I take morning walks. And I had seen, a couple days earlier, a couple angel clouds. And then one morning, I'd been having some pains on the side of my stomach. And I was like, okay, my body's telling me something. I'm going to go to the doctor when I get home. And this was the day before we were set to fly back. And I'm walking and looking, and there is a dog angel cloud,
A
which
dog.
I know is one of my beloved dogs that is up there watching over me. I learned Reiki for this precious dog 26 years ago, and I think it was her. I do. And I saw that. I took a picture, and then later that afternoon, my son said, Mom, you go to the ER. You go get it checked out. So I went, and sure enough, I had appendicitis.
Oh my.
And they put me right into surgery. And they said if you had gotten on the plane tomorrow, your appendix could have burst.
Oh,
So, I mean, how amazing. So then I, had to stay another week because I couldn't fly for 4 days. But, that morning, and there was my Shotzi angel cloud, and then that happening, them figuring it out, because it wasn't in a lot of pain. It was just a little bit. But thank goodness that was taken care of. But I knew angels saved me.
that's wild. Yeah, your beloved dog was with you, I'm sure. And
Yeah.
how wonderful that your son said, Hey, mom, just get that checked out. And not even, oh,
Yes.
well, I wonder what's going on. Why don't you get it checked out when you're back?
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. And yep, I just so grateful and feel so blessed by that happening. And I've always done things, in life when I'm going through challenges, this and that. I just call in the angels and just ask them to be with me and guide me. They are there for us. They are there, and we need only ask and they will step in. They will help us. It's a beautiful thing, angel love.
So, what's one of your favorite ways to connect with your angels?
Just opening up and just saying yes to any signs. And that can be like the other day, I had a bumblebee. I was talking to a friend about what happened and my angel experience. And here comes two bumblebees, and they're just kind of playing on the top of my phone. I don't think I've ever had that happen.
Oh,
Things like that. I will ask for messages, and it can be a feather right in front of me. And when I got home from Hawaii, coming home and heading in the front door, there was a feather right there in front of my front door.
you cannot make this up.
I know it's amazing. And
So,
it's just such a fantastic thing to realize.
yes, it is. Now, I've heard many things that feathers are a sign of an angel being around. I have heard that it's Archangel Michael, but what do you feel that is? Who do you think is leaving you feathers?
I think Michael does a lot. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Michael. And I don't really think about who it is. I just say thank you and just grateful for it. And then numbers. I see the numbers all the time, 1111, 444. And those are messages from the angels. And really, I think a key is to just be open and aware and watch for that. And that is out there for us.
Yeah, I do think we need to be aware just that they are with us, they're around us, they can help us, they can leave us gifts, we can communicate with them, just being open to it. And
Yeah.
what if? What?
Yeah, that is a huge step. And I'll share something fun that I do when I fly on an airplane. I call in Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, and I ask one to be on the left and one to be on the right, and guiding us as we fly.
So,
We can have fun.
oh, that is so much fun. Yes, I always imagine, oh, I'm up around the angels. Well, although, when I fly, but of course, angels are all around us, even here down on Earth. But it's a fun thing to
Yes.
do, isn't it? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I think we had talked before, well, like the last time we spoke about my dad also leaves me feathers. I just know it's my dad. We just know
Mhm.
these things. You just know it, right? So
Yeah, you do. You just know it. And I think a key is just be realizing that that happens in our loved ones and the angels and our pets and all. They can give us messages and being open and aware, watching for it. We do. We feel it. That is so true.
we just know that it's a loved one, or but sometimes we'll know just which angel or archangel is leaving us these gifts as well. And so
Yeah.
it's just so much fun. I mean, we can just live with these things being fun and being uplifting, and just knowing that there's positive influence, positive interactions all around us all the time.
And I believe the angels, they make things happen. It can be someone we meet or something happen. An example, earlier this year, I lost a precious pet, my Nina dog. I had rescued her off the streets in Cabo, rescued her, brought her home, and we just loved her so much. And she lived, my youngest son fell in love with her. She lived with him. Anyway, we had to say goodbye to her earlier this year. And my son was like, Mom, we have to rescue another dog from Mexico. We have to rescue another dog off the streets. And literally the next day, I stopped by Petco and they were having a random event. And there was one dog that was just rescued off the streets of Mexico. And I was able to bring her home. And I know my Nina angel made that happen. I know she did.
Great. Was that her in the cage at PetSmart? Probably not, but she put you in the right place at the right time.
Yes, yes.
I really,
Oh,
it's
and
beautiful.
it's fascinating to think about how many times that can happen in our life. Someone we randomly meet or a coincidence. I mean,
Yeah.
so much is out there.
So much is out there. Well, it's wonderful talking angels with you, Paula, my dear friend. And of course, I want to put out another plug about your show, which is Elevating Your Life. Where can people listen to that?
Yes, you can go to my website, wellnessinspire.com, and there is a link to the radio show. It's on AM radio, KMET, and it's also on KMET television.
Wow.
So both those links are on my website, and I'm just so honored. I just so enjoy I've been interviewing people 9 years now, and it's such a joy and honor to meet wonderful people like you and others and share you with my audiences. I'm just so grateful.
It's a wonderful life we live, Paula, isn't it? I love it.
Yes, yes.
Well, thank you so much again, my friend. It was wonderful to see you. And how terrible that you had to spend an extra 4 days in Hawaii. But I'm glad that
Oh,
you're safe. Glad you're okay.
thank you. Back to dancing. Back to dancing.
All right, my dear. We'll talk again soon, I'm sure. You take good care and stay out of the hospital.
Thank you. Big hugs, my energy sister. You are so awesome. I'm so grateful.
Back at ya. Next up is a beautiful series of stories from my dear friend Sasha. Sasha is another QHHT level 3 practitioner in the California region. She and I both are on the docu-series Journeys into the Soul. You can go to journeysintothesoul.com and see both of our episodes. Now, Sasha is a fellow QHHT practitioner, as I said, quantum healing hypnosis technique. You may remember, if you've been listening to this podcast since the beginning, and I hope you have, in season 1, there is a story of a woman who is a client of mine who actually was a guardian angel. And she tells of her life as a guardian angel in another lifetime. Fascinating story. In the current season, there's also a story of another QHHT client, this time from Violetta Stoica, another dear friend. And in that client's lifetime, she was also an angel. So yes, this can happen back and forth, interspecies. And so Sasha's stories, actually several stories, all tie into hypnosis and other lifetimes and the healing that comes out of these sessions. I think you're really going to enjoy this. Next up on the podcast, we have my dear friend Sasha in LA. Now, Sasha is a fellow QHHT practitioner. If you will remember from season 1 and in the book, Real Life Angel Encounters, there is a story from one of my QHHT sessions with a client where she was a guardian angel. It's a beautiful, beautiful story. In season 2, there is a story from a client of our mutual friend, Violetta, who is in San Diego, and her client also had a lifetime as an angel. And Sasha, it sounds like you've got some similar stories. Yeah, let us know what happened.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very happy to share those 2 stories that came from the hypnotic session that we did, spiritual hypnosis. One was from QHHT session. A lady came to my office, and another we did online. It's Life Between Life session that is created by Michael Newton. There is a similarity in those 2. Those are people who are carrying an aspect of angel in their soul imprint, and they are sharing those energies with humanity, and this is their purpose. I will start with one and then I will move to the second. The first one popped up right away when you, Christi, said, I'm doing that, and I was so inspired. Actually, I'm receiving your book today or tomorrow. It's supposed to arrive. So I'm looking forward to read it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for putting this into the world, because we need to be aware what is possible for us and how we are being cared for, how we are being loved. So the first story I want to share with you is a lady who came to a session. She's a young lady doing her spiritual work. Even I think he was doing breath work, helping people in groups, a healer. And she said that things that bother her the most, and for QHHT session, we do get people who have physical things they would like to take care of, physical issues. And her physical issue was incredible pain that was in her body that was moving. She said it's something interesting about this pain because the doctors cannot pinpoint what it is. They don't even have a name to put it to this discomfort that I'm feeling. And this pain is moving in my body from place to place. Take care of it in my back, and it's going to gently move into my hip. And then I start doing massage, and I go to different physical treatment that she can do. And it may disappear and then will appear again. And it's a mystery pain. Yes, spiritual being and very aware of what else is happening besides our physical form. She said, I have a sense of that there is something in this pain that creates so much uncomfort in my life. There is some gift to that.
Oh, I love that she realized there's something beneficial.
I want to understand it. I want to know what it is, what my body is holding, because this pain is alive.
Oh my God.
She felt that it's something different from her physical body that is inside of her. So we went into the session, and she found out herself in the woods, like a creature that lives in the community, that they share information telepathically. And there is a moment that they all realize they need to move to a different place. There is some kind of things happening with nature that will not provide anymore for their group. And they start moving from place to place. And to keep the long story short, the whole group is ascending.
Mm.
They're ascending and they become angels. And there is a name for that angel that she is Anna L. And I was surprised because she didn't know that our angels, the names of them ends in L, Michael, Raphael, because L is in ancient language is God. And the name of her angel is Anna L. And I was wondering, what is this angel doing? What is the purpose of that? That we are moving between realities and we are healing. We're creating balance. So how do you create balance, I ask? She said, we are creating like a sphere that has a special formula of intervention into discomfort and into disbalance. And we send this sphere and it does its work bringing the homeostasis. So this is what the whole community is doing. And then we went to talk to her herself, because this is what we do in QHHT session. We get the story, and then we got to get to her herself, and we asking why this story was shown, and what's good in that story for the client, how is it beneficial. And they will tell that this aspect of this angel is in her body, finding the place to be and finding the place to operate.
My goodness. To clarify, in a QHHT session, part of it is we go to other lifetimes that have some sort of relevance. Yes. And then part of it, we talk to the higher self. The higher self is the source of all knowledge. We can think of it as our soul. We can think of it as our inner being, the greater part of us. Okay. And receive some answers. Yeah.
Because we wanted some answers. The agenda was to find the origin of this discomfort that she's having as a human. And this was an illustration. So she will understand where this discomfort is coming from, that this is the aspect of the angelic aspect of her that is living within her, and she's unaware of it. And the healing way was to become aware of it and to start using it, healing other people and healing groups and healing dimensions with consciously being aware that she's creating those fears and she's sending it to heal. And I was very curious. I have that scientific curiosity within me because, I'm an engineer and I have some published papers on engineering, and I have this scientific interest. And I thought, what if I remember the imprint of that angelic signature that was shown in a session? What if I will take a part of that regression, a recording of it, where the angel is present fully? What if I take a group of people who are open-minded, I put them in a trance state, I will explain to them what they're about to hear, And I will ask them, if you have anything that you would like to be healed, present it to the angelic consciousness.
Oh, wow.
And we did that. And they all experienced physical experience of this sphere moving within their body. And they experienced relief from their physical being. So that was a convincer for me of a real power, of a real, we always ask ourselves, is it real? Do we make it up? Did I just made it all up? Because conscious mind is so active and always had an opinion of everything that we're experiencing in regression. And this was such a huge convincer that this thing is absolutely, absolutely real.
So let me make sure I understand this. You took a bit of the recording talking about the angelic healing and the part of her that was healing this fear, and then played that for a group of people. They just listened to it.
They listened to it. Yes.
Yeah, and they received it. Wow.
They not just listened, the little catch, they were open to receive. They went into a light state of trance because then they are really open to receive. They set an intention to connect with that angelic consciousness, and they had their conversation with that, and they received their healing. So this is story number one.
That is beautiful. Have you followed up with the client since then? How has she been doing since then?
I haven't. It was a couple of years ago. Maybe it's a good idea. I haven't followed with her. I usually don't, only if the clients follow up with me. I have some clients who continue to come because they have more questions, like follow-up question for their session. And the next story that I'm about to share was this lady that had 6 sessions because she felt that there is something more and something more and something more. And in spiritual sessions like that, in spiritual hypnosis, sometimes you feel that you need one session after another. Sometimes you can go years without having another session because you have your clarity.
Right. Yeah, this comes up a lot. It's like, how many sessions do I need? Well, typically one, but sometimes there's more questions. Sometimes we have such a wonderful time and a wonderful experience. We want to see what else is there. We might have additional questions that come up after the session.
Absolutely. And some could say after a session that they really enjoyed and they feel benefit. How often can I do it? Can I do it more? More than once?
They can, absolutely. And how long have you been doing QHHT?
For 12 years.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It's super fun. Yesterday I had the group regression because Dolores Cannon created a script for a group regression as well.
Yeah, I
It
saw
was
that you were doing that.
in this room. I'm in Woodland Hills in Los Angeles. And we had wonderful experience that people describe. One was a star. We had 2 people that been into the Roman times. One went into the future. So many different stories. And when we did connection to a spirit guide, we have a script to connect the spirit guide. It's a beautiful experience. And 2 people have a spirit guide, Jesus, as spirit guide. One had a spirit guide, Thoth. One have a spirit guide, a goddess from Egypt. And I was sitting and I even said to the group, listen, look at our little gathering here. Look, the guests that are showing up for us. And we are just a little group in here in Woodland Hills in a private residence. Being able to connect in that way, being open to connect in that way, it opens possibilities, it opens horizons. You can connect with anything and that you choose to learn more about. And during COVID times, some of my clients, they would come to have a regret because we couldn't fly. So they even created a saying. They would say, travel Sasha. Like airlines. You can go anywhere.
Absolutely. Because this is the ultimate voyage is QHHT or similar sessions. Such an excursion that we take into our own soul, into our own history, into our own healing, and into our own transformation. What a fantastic story. Now, you said you had another story from a different session.
A different session. So this lady was in her 70s. When she contacted me to have a session, I realized that we will have the trust was a big thing for her. to choose a practitioner. Trust and authentic connection. She had such a sense of purity, what is pure and what is not. She could distinguish little shades of being not true to what you're doing, authenticity. And usually we have half an hour of conversation before having a life between life session. And here we have 3 hours of conversation because we needed to create this trust so she will be able to have her successful experience. And I realized that this is part of her story because the way she described her life was incredibly challenging. And it still is. So it's not resolved. From being very privileged born into the family that loved her, and then things changed and she became more by herself, and very dysfunctional relationship with her mom, then very dysfunctional relationship with her husband, tragic event in the family, things that you listen and you think, oh wow, an appreciation for that soul, that the soul chose such a sophisticated way of learning and such a bravery to overcome those obstacles that we create in the beginning. And I was listening to this life story and I was thinking, well, what's there? Because we never know what higher self and QHHT and spirit guide and life between life, what they are preparing for the client. It's always a surprise. What I can tell you for sure, it's a surprise, but what they're going to see, I have no idea. And we were taken to the life between life session, goes in very specific way. So first we go into past life, and the past life is just part of the induction. It's part of the journey to get into the life between lifetimes, because in past life we transition. And when we transition, naturally, we find ourselves in the space between lifetimes where we make decisions and choices for the next lifetime. And she finds herself in a very expensive place. She said, stars around me, and there are many beings that I cannot describe. I just know there are endless amount of beings, and I feel that I'm part of that collective, and they are giving me something as aspect of them, but they're not losing anything by giving that. And this connectivity, being as one, I bathe in it and I love it so much. I don't have words to describe it. And I wish I will have this connectivity, even a glimpse of it in my human life. And human life, it's the most challenging because you have two aspects of you, a human and non-human, and coexisting of them. This is what creates the challenge. So being there and having that connectivity open up something for her. And I asked, in past life, what do you do most of your time, right? Do you have a job, occupation? Because we want to get a story. And she said, I am teaching in a classroom. I'm an angel. I'm teaching in one of the classrooms in the life between lifetimes, because in life between lifetimes, we're getting prepared. Because soul has like challenges that it's picking to enjoy. And of course, if you're picking a challenge, you would like to have tools for that. So they have their libraries, they have their study rooms, they have council that they can go and present. Oh, this is what I'm thinking to explore, to embark on. What do you think about that? So a lot of feedback they're receiving. One of those places was a classroom, and Angel was preparing other souls to go and have an experience on Earth. And the subject of this class was emotions, how people experience emotions. And she said, oh, she looked at the classroom from a teacher perspective, and she saw those souls that are learning. And she said, oh, this is my mom in my lifetime. This is my father in my lifetime. This is my husband in my lifetime. The same soul group she was teaching. And I asked her, tell me about that class. I'm teaching them about emotions on Earth and how it works and how it operates, because it's new. Those souls are new. They've never been on Earth. They need to have some introduction. And we asked, how does it feel like to be there? And she said, I am frustrated. They don't get it. They don't get it. And I said, what are you going to do about that? I'm going to just incarnate on Earth and I'm going to show them. I'm going to show them how it is. And I'm listening to that and I thought, oh my God, this incredible, challenging life that she's having. with all those souls that are present in the classroom. It's like a parallel reality that is going on here. And what she is living right now is an example in the class. It's like a physics lab.
Yeah.
And it's so, you know how those elements work together on Earth. Let me show you. You want to try? Take a look what I'm doing first, and then you go and you do. And then she came from, of course, when the session was done. My human client was disappointed, discouraged, disappointed, not the right word, but a little bit upset. This challenging life that I'm having is just an example in the class. And I didn't sit with her right, you know. And lucky we had more of conversation with higher self, and higher self described her very nicely. She said, "Don't take it personally." And I was thinking to myself, we all take our life so personally. And it's from the soul point of view, just an experience, just a game. And I wish that someone will remind us from time to time, don't take it personally. Yes, but what she enjoyed the most and what she took into her life and really enriched her experience here is this connectivity that was given. And higher self explained that it is going into her cells. It is going into the space between the cells. It is a cellular embodiment of that connection, coming back into embodying her angelic consciousness.
Mm.
And I ask, why would you do that? Because she will continue to share it with the world just by being here. And she liked to have, like everyone in regression, we would like a story, we would like a physical description. When we have abstract colors and shapes, as humans, we appreciate it, but we like story more. And
I think we learn more from story.
yeah, we learn more from story. And for her, it was more colors and shapes and some disappointment, you know, when we are serving. And her life here, she described, I'm serving, but I'm also receiving, I'm being fulfilled by doing that. But the human self came forward, but I am not enjoying this service. I'm not enjoying it. And the higher self said she would like to live a life that she wasn't designed for.
Oh, right.
And you know, we are present in our regression. You can have your own questions sometimes. And she said, I want to relieve from that.
Yeah.
Right? Because like, everything we have, like everything can be changed. I want to relieve from that. And instead of relief, they gave her support. They gave her loving hands that she can come back anytime in her meditations and really receive this support. Because from spirits, you receive not what you want, but
Thank
need.
you. Yes, yes. They'll always give you what you need.
So this was that session. And again, this client continued with more than one session because it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough relief.
Wow. How do you think this changed her life to know that?
Oh, it changed her life tremendously because right now she has the loneliness
Mm.
that was so painful through those years.
Mhm.
Right now is filled with love and
Mm.
connectivity that she received. This is number one. And from each session further, I just looked through those sessions yesterday because I was preparing for today. I realized how lighter and lighter her vibration would be from session to session. And she enjoyed channeling her higher self. This was her go-to, like, do we do another session? Can I do that? I want to spend more time there. I want to spend more and more time in that state of connection, of that state of being a bigger me, because it's so healing.
So healing. When we find out who we really are and what our actual reality is versus the reality we think we see and the think we know, it's a game changer.
It's a game changer because we have those assumptions, what is significant, what is successful. And humans, we have this is successful, this is what you need to achieve to be happy. And the soul has a completely different definition of success.
Yeah, very much so. You and I are both in the docuseries Journeys into the Soul. And now in its second season, just released June 14th was the premiere of the entire second season. And your session in your episode, from what I could see, was also very transformative. Can you tell us what happened there?
Absolutely. Oh, this was such an amazing session. A gentleman saw two lifetimes. One was about himself in medieval times, even earlier, the Roman Empire. They were fighting in trying to conquer European country, and they were defeated. They were defeated. He was the only one who survived. And the interesting thing is that those same people that he fought against and wanted to conquer, they took him in and they feed him and he lived with them.
Oh my goodness.
And for him, I understand that. How is that possible? But he felt defeated morally because imagine that everything that you believe in, it's changing. And he didn't fulfill his purpose. So he decided he put all whatever left from his army ammunition, whatever he was,
Armor and weapons.
armor, and he killed himself by jumping off the cliff. His soul exit the body when he was falling, observing the fall. And he said it's actually very beautiful, this ritual that he created. And then it was described to him that reminded him that in this lifetime, he has those recurring dreams of falling. And this explained to him what happened. So he had this closure. And also, in addition to that, it was explained to him that it wasn't defeat. The failure wasn't defeat. This was the first life. By the way, he went after he did some research and he found some confirmation about the events.
That's always exciting.
Very exciting, very exciting. Those details that we ask at the session, what are you eating? Describe your surroundings. Describe what are you wearing. So those little things you can take later and you can do your research. Yeah, so he did. And the next life he was shown was interdimensional being. The episode called Interdimensional Being. It was a very advanced being that technologically very advanced. It's not much of emotions, but a lot of knowledge. We can play with it a little bit and ask, are you aware that you're speaking from a human body here? And yes, I'm very well aware that I'm speaking from a human body. And can you scan the body and tell what's wrong? You like technology, I know that. So we got some input on this. And then this being, this aspect of my clients, invited to reconnect with it again. And I asked, how can my client reconnect with you again? Through meditations. And then we did another session after this one that was recorded. And we established that connection. So my client can connect when he's in a trance state and can channel this being. And we did experiment. And oh my God, the information that is coming is so precise. It's so new. It's so interesting. So this is a new connection that was created there in that episode.
It's beautiful. And now he actually channels.
He trans channel.
That's exciting. Yeah. So, the whole thing of real life angel encounters, it's not all angels. We are angelic beings and they are around us. All of these beings, doesn't matter what we call them. They're around us all the time and we can interact with them. I love the work that we get to do to bring forth this knowledge and connect with our higher selves, connect with all that is. It's beautiful. Yeah.
I agree with you. And it cannot be more interesting. I look at what we are doing together, what we co-create with our clients, and it's the never-ending story of, if you're curious, this is the work they need to do. It's endless. The information that we receive, it's endless. And the moment I try to create some kind of categorize things in my head, what actually is going on, I get a client that with his experience, he brings completely different perspective. So there is no way you can crystallize. In my case, I'm talking about myself. Always something new is happening. Always another aspect of reality opens up. Another aspect of capacity that we as humans are capable of is open up. So that's why every time that clients is coming, every time I have a group regression, I'm anticipating something new. And I'm saying to myself, oh, my teachers are coming.
Oh,
we teach each other. We are teachers for each other constantly.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like you're part of somebody's soul family that comes in to help you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Too.
Absolutely. I feel that we have soul contracts with our clients. That's why they come specifically to us. And recently, the last 3 years, I know exactly who is supposed to come and how they are connected to my spiritual team. The more I become aware of my spiritual team, the more I understand who am I attracting. It's a soul family.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So if somebody wanted to connect with you, either in the Los Angeles area to do QHHT or online to do Life Between Lives, how would they find you?
Through my website, alexandratarakanov.com.
Perfect. And you've got retreats that you do with Judy Koku. I did not know that. And I know you both. That's so wonderful.
We do retreats. You can participate in person. The last one we did in Mount Shasta, or you can join via Zoom and receive an amazing results as well. This is a very magical and transformational work that is done there. There is no hierarchy of I am teaching you, I know more, come and I will, introduce you. It's a community. Everyone is coming there to learn, including retreat leaders, if you don't want to use this word, because we're all there participants.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing your stories with me, Sasha. It's always a pleasure to connect with you. I wish we lived a little bit closer. It'd be nice. Collaborate.
We're very close. We are very close. Look at us. Telepathically, can connect any moment we wish.
Well, thank you again for sharing your beautiful stories. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe and follow and be sure to share this episode. The more people who know about this podcast, the more great story submissions we get. Have a story to share? Email your own real-life angel encounter to angelencounterspodcast@gmail.com or visit radiatewellnesscommunity.com/real-life angel encounters podcast. Or join our Facebook group and continue the discussion. Want to know what your angels and loved ones have to tell you? Schedule an appointment with me at radiatewellnesscommunity.com. A special thanks to James Wheeler for the original music and to Tiffany Baumgarten for the logo design.